because we're talking 97. So what you're right on the cusp of, obviously, 97 is a huge year, you know, Biggie's second album, we lose Biggie, Pac is just gone.
Yeah.
But what we're really on the cusp of in the late 90s is the beginning of the real rise of the South. And obviously you get into the early to mid 2000s, you have 50 and Ja. It's not that New York is gone, but it's not the same.
Exactly.
The energy is different, and all of the kind of like cultural power has reorganized around Cash Money, No Limit,
Yep.
Texas, Florida, Atlanta. And I wonder, do you think that Wu-Tang and Wu-Tang sort of all the tributaries being minimized in a way left space?
It left a lot of space. First of all, it's hats off to them because their destiny is their destiny, right? But if you go back and look at the Wu-Tang empire, right, with the Wu-Tang Clan and all the solo members having success, Sons of Man, Killer Army, all these different, this hip hop of New York, right? All, you know, having a potential to continue the rawness of hip hop, the Grave Diggers, all these different chambers having a chance get stopped. And then another wave come in, and they come in to New York. You know, they come into New York radio, they come into, and one degree is great because the South culture gets a chance to rise, and those families, you know, get a chance. You know, when I went to New Orleans in the 90s, I almost cried from the poverty. Yeah. Seriously, I was like, oh, I thought I was, their poverty was deeper than our poverty. You know what I mean? And then the you know, New York, the education, you can walk down the street and somebody is gonna have a book. Or like people sell books on the corners of New York. You could pick up a book and learn business and this and that. Sure. Out there, it was economic deprivation, deprivement is what, and educational deprivement.
It's poverty everywhere.
You know what I mean? So when they got there, it's like it was a blessing for hip hop to give that to them. But still, all the culture could have grown. What happened is that the New York culture, right now, everybody's chasing something to make you dance, something that that has maybe talking more to the girls or whatever, and you're missing I Bomb Atomically, Socrates' philosophies and hypotheses can't define. You're missing that brain stimulation is going. You know what I mean? And it happened, and I do think that they could have. I do think that halt on us, it also halts a lot of others. So Nas make it through. Like you said, 50 make it through. Ja Rule come through, but Ja Rule come through once again. Hook, melody.
Yeah, it's a different energy.
Yeah.
It's funny because I remember first engaging with the No Limit stuff in the mid to late 90s, and there wasn't, like, there's not a Wu-Tang Clan of No Limit. They're all solo or group acts. But I remember the family energy of being like, and it's like, if you like this one, if you like Fiend, you'll like Big Ed. If you like Big Ed, you'll like P. You'll like True. And it's, to me, I was like, that's very Wu-Tang. Right. It's a Wu-Tang idea.
The model of Wu-Tang has been emulated.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Everywhere. I was just say the lyrical content.
The
substance of Wu-Tang, isn't it? Yeah. No disrespect, right? The model, we've made the model. Yeah. We've showed that you can come in collectively, right, and spread your culture. When native tongues were native tongues, that was different. That was getting different deals and then coming together. Right. We came in like, here we are.
Right. There's no Native Tongues record deal group album. Right. It's just like a bunch of people that hung out together, had similar way of thinking.
That, yeah.
Right.
But still very pioneering. But still, that was a big stop, right? And at the end of the day, like Questlove said, the Wu stop opens up for him. So the Wu stop opens up for others, and so the others, to me, that's the blessing of the Wu.
So yeah, man, shout out to RZA, shout out to Wu-Tang Clan for life, Wu-Tang for the kids. But I do have to comment on that, and I have to comment on the things that he said about the South. Now, around the 2000s, yes, the South was emerging as the new dominant place for hip-hop coming out. And he was saying that Wu-Tang wasn't pushed because they were speaking knowledge in their raps. And he was basically saying that the South came in and all that we were introducing was have a good time, fun, party, whatever, whatever. All right, cool. There are rappers from the South that get deep if you need to. Scarface being one of them. He's one of my favorite Southern artists. And, you know, I think what he's talking about is just the shift in the radio at the time. Now, I do agree with that. When the South was coming up, you would hear a bunch of Southern stuff on the radio, like Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. That was hot around the 2000s, right? And at the end of the day, the music industry is an entertainment industry, right? So, you know, Wu-Tang, they had their run, but at the end of the day, there was a shift, right? And the program directors, radio directors, they're gonna play what's hot, right? This is the hot 100, whatever, whatever. And it just so happened at the time that everything in the 2000s was coming from the South, and it was hot. Ludacris, T.I., and even out in Houston, you had Slim Thug, Paul Wall, Mike Jones. Like, it was really going crazy in the South, and it was a good time. But to say that it was the South's fault that everything kind of just went straight dance, I disagree, because New York still had it. But at the time, New York was beefing with everybody. Like, everybody in New York was beefing with everybody. Everybody wasn't cool back then. So the scene in New York was kind of tense. Whereas in the South, shit, you gonna come down here, you gonna party, you gonna dance, you gonna have fun, it's gonna be beautiful women, you feel me? And we gonna have a good time. And that's just what it was. And I do get what he's saying about just having diversity in the music that you're putting out. You know, you don't want to have everything just be dance, dance, dance all the time. And, you know, hip hop was built on knowledge and speaking the truth. So there has to be a balance. But at the end of the day, we're talking about the music industry here. Now, if we're talking just hip hop, then sure. But we're talking about the music industry, the industry that is predicated on entertainment, right? And music that's predicated on getting people in the clubs, music that's predicated on spins. That's all this is about. This has nothing to do with, you know, oh, they trying to silence us because, you know, we kicking that real stuff in our rap. Nah, this ain't got nothing to do with that, pimp. At the end of the day, we just trying to make you dance. And that's what the industry is. Now, are there artists out there that still do that? Sure. You're just probably not going to get the push you think, because like I said, this is a music industry based on hits, hit records. If you're not producing hit records, you're no use to the music industry, right? So shout out to the South, because I love what the South was doing back then. I was kind of in the mix back then, you know, moving around the city in the 2000s, and it was an exciting time, especially to be from Atlanta. We had so many dope artists coming out. You know, of course, you know, you got your Outkast, your T.I., your Ludacris, your Jeezys, your Bone Crushers, just everybody was making moves back then, and it was such an exciting time, especially after New York had it on lock for years. The West had it on lock for years, and it was just that shift. At the end of the day, y'all, shout out to the South, shout out to the North, shout out to the West, shout out everybody, man. It's just champion hip hop. But yeah, man, it's thankyouriez. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, make sure y'all be safe, stay carefree, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.